to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is First Place in the NFC East, Joe Jordan. Got a good show for y'all today, man. We gotta go over some topics. We gotta go over. First, I got two of my bros with me, but before I bring them to the stage, I gotta let y'all know what we're going to talk about today. Number one, two teams played last night: Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. And crazy, both teams made a trade for a wide receiver. The Jets go and trade for Devontae Adams, and the Bills go and trade for a former Dallas Cowboy, Amari Cooper. Which team should be favorite to win the AFC East? Should it be the Bills or the Jets? We got to talk about that. Now, speaking of the NFC East, there was a team in the NFC East that played a team in the AFC North and won. This team been swept by the NFC East. The Browns lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. But are we impressed by the Eagles win? We got to talk about that. The Steelers, Russell Wilson getting the starting reps in practice. All right. Would it be wrong for Mike Tomlin to start Russell Wilson next week? We have to talk about that. And lastly, Tomo's guy. I see the logo on the background, on the top left.
Actually,
all right.
You know what?
I saw a few of those messages Carl sent on Twitter. I saw them just now. Crazy.
We getting that out of here. I forgot all about that. I knew it was something I meant to do.
Just like Tomo's background, the Jerry Jones got the fan base in prison. Got him in hostage.
Now I got
he
think quick on his feet. Good one.
We got to talk about his performance on the radio station. We got to address that. But like I said, I got two of my bros with me. I got Mr. CTC himself, talking college. He just did an episode right before this show, recapping the weekend of NCAA football. So make sure y'all make sure y'all watch that after this. We got CTC Carl here representing the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Pistons and the Detroit Tigers. Shout out to the Detroit Tigers for making that run. And we have my man, Mr. Your Done Son himself, one of the hosts of In the Red Corner, representing the In the Red Corner. That's in the background. Okay,
yeah. No, I changed that quick. Let's get
How you doing? How y'all doing, fellas?
Somehow, some way, this team gonna find a way to make the news, man. Other than that, I'm doing good. I'm here to talk about it, and I'm also here to see why the Steelers is just making life so hard for themselves. I know Carl gonna laugh about that one, but how you feeling, Carl? Joe, what's up?
Doing good, man. Appreciate y'all for having me on the show. Like Joe just said, I just finished CTC 30 minutes ago. Also previewed tonight's games on that episode as well. So we got 7:30 kickoff. We got 3 games tonight, Conference USA action. Make sure y'all watch those after the show. But I'm doing great, man. Doing really good. MSU back in action this weekend, taking on Iowa night game. Ravens, Monday night starts the week for the Monday night game against my boy Trent and the Buccaneers. I'm ready to have a good show, though.
It's funny. Y'all played them Monday night 2 years ago. Oh, Thursday night. No, Thursday night.
No,
we had Trent on the show for the first time. That was the first time I ever Trent on the show.
Was that the I think both our games were prime time. Because didn't we play them twice?
Probably.
I mean,
they had Brady, right? The last time y'all played him?
Nah, the last time I think we played Brady, he was on the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
No, y'all had Brady on this one.
You sure?
Y'all had Brady.
Oh, they did have Brady. You're right. You're right. They did have Brady.
Y'all had Brady. I mean, they had Brady. My bad.
That had to be 2 years ago.
Yeah. But look, y'all. All right, look, y'all. We got streaming this on 2 platforms. Facebook and YouTube. So make sure y'all like the video on both other platforms. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can find us at Refuse to Lose Sports everywhere except for X. It is at R2L Sports. So make sure y'all follow and subscribe on all of our platforms and share this video with a sports fan so they can come on and watch live with you, because you can be a part of the show. You could be by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments we'll be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my boy Daniel with the first comment. Hey, and shout out to my boy Rick. Hey, come on, man. Take your calls, man. Look, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of your team, Tomo. Don't be ashamed. But yeah.
Joe.
Huh?
I should be ashamed of my team and also my other co-host from In the Record. Man, update your name. You want to talk about my background? Update your name.
It's funny, when I first saw that, I was like, okay, I'm confused now. I see the picture and I see the name. I don't know who this is. All right. But I know what it is now. But you know what, Tomo? You're right. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. You have every right to be ashamed.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, right. So, and look, y'all, we're gonna have a great show. Last but not least, you enjoy the rest of the show. And Tomo, the floor is yours.
I mean, well, before we do that, you know, my brother Dave, we tied now. I mean, I know your team looked better than mine, but we tied. We both 3-3. So I mean, I got a little silver lining there. So we're gonna turn up.
Crew, let's go.
We're gonna turn up. You see, you always gotta find a way.
Turn me up.
Right,
Up.
1, 2, 3, and 3.
So it was Thursday night, by the way, and it was Brady. That's why I've been looking at this whole time trying to find it.
Yeah, you know, man, is not gonna play no games. But guess who not gonna play no games? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers not playing no games because after he told Mike, hey, you're supposed to run the red line. Then I seen him do like a dig, so I had to adjust the pass. How about you just throw the ball at Allen Lazard so I can try to make a comeback in my fantasy league and shock the world? But other than that, you didn't, because you lost to the. I was gonna say you lost to the Jets. Well, technically, the Jets lost to you because once you got there, they looked even worse on offense since you've been there. But we're not gonna say too much about that, Aaron Rodgers. We just gonna talk about how AJA is now still muddy in the waters for us, Carl. You see that?
I saw that.
They're gonna find a way. Something about this AFC East. One team wins without a number one receiver. The other team loses with their number one quarterback and the number one running backs and the number one receivers and the number one cornerback on defense. But at the end of the day, New East friends, at the trades from both the Bills and the Jets, who should be favored in the AFC East? And if you don't know, if you've been under a rock or you've been listening to the Jerry Jones radio clip all day, the Jets have actually traded for Devontae Adams. They got him from the Raiders. They say, what is it right here? They got a 2025 conditional third-round pick. And then right after that, the Bills said, wait. If you think you're going to do one, we're going to show you one better. Technically, I still think the Jets wide receiver core is better. But the Bills, when they got Amari Cooper, a 2025 sixth-round pick, they probably stole that from the Cowboys. And when Cleveland gets a 2025 third-round pick and a 2026 seventh-round pick, I still think Cleveland's on the phone trying to find a way to get Myles Garrett and Deshaun Watson out of there, but that's another show. We got to talk about it, fellas. Which one of these somebody might trade for him. I don't know who.
No.
You're right. Which one of these two wide receivers is going to tilt the scale and make one of these teams the favorite in the AFC East? I'm going to start with you, Carl.
All right, so I still think I'm rolling with the Bills, and it's because I know for 2 straight, maybe 3 straight years, I didn't pick a team to dethrone the Bills in the AFC East, almost the NFC, in the AFC East. And the Bills time and time again have won that division. So at this point, I'm to a point where somebody got to prove it. Somebody has to prove it. I think the Devontae Adams trade is huge for the Jets, but Aaron Rodgers is older. Some of the things that A-Rod and these Jets had, like A-Rod has, he got the Hail Mary magic to keep that game close. But other than that, the Bills, in my opinion, I would say they were the better team in that game. Now, Zerline did not help, missing 2 field goals. And by the way, I don't know if anybody saw that. He missed that extra point. I think he missed that extra point and they counted it. But I think the Bills. They got a number 1 guy, Amari Cooper. We've seen what Josh Allen could do with a number 1. It takes a lot of the pressure off Khalil Shakur. It takes the pressure off Keon Coleman. It actually might end up helping Keon Coleman because Amari Cooper can help guide him through his rookie year, teach him tips of the trade, tricks of the trade, excuse me. I'm going to roll with the Bills. I know people probably didn't think I would say that, but until somebody prove me wrong, I'm rolling with the Bills.
You're an honest guy. I knew he was going to pick the Bills. But, Mark, the Raiders is not responsible for his salary. The Jets ate it, and that's why they restructured his contract when he got there. All right, so I'm going with the Bills too, but I do think this benefits both teams like a lot. A lot of people try to poo-poo on the Devontae Adams move. Like the Jets are like baby Cowboys. People gonna hate them just because they're the Jets. You know, people hate the Cowboys. You know, whenever I meet somebody as a Cowboy fan, it's always oh, you're a Cowboy fan, or oh, me too, I'm a Cowboy fan. It's never in the middle. It's either you don't like them or you with them, and that's how the Jets are a little bit, especially since A-Rod got there. It started with Amari Cooper. I heard people in the chat say Amari Cooper ain't the number 1 no more. I disagree with that. I still think he is the number 1. All right. I don't know if y'all forgot about last year. Amari Cooper don't mess with Deshaun Watson, y'all. He knows Deshaun Watson is not it. If y'all watch Cleveland games, every time he throws a bad pass to Amari Cooper, he got his like. Last year, before Joe Flacco took over, Amari Cooper in 11 games, 69 yards a game, 4 receptions a game, only 2 TDs in 11 games. When Joe Flacco took over for 4 games, 121 yards, 10 receptions, 121 yards a game, 10 receptions a game, and got 3 TDs. So he looked like a brand, and he had one game, he had 20 yards. Remember that? So he looked like a totally different receiver when he got there. But I'm realizing Amari Cooper, he's like a roller coaster. When he's motivated, you know, Tomo know about this. When he's motivated, he on. When he not, he not. Speaking of Tomo, before he went to Dallas, those first 6 games, 5 receptions a game, 46 yards a game, only 1 TD in 6 games. Go to Dallas, 9 games, 8 receptions a game, 89 yards per game, and 6 touchdowns. So it's play elevated every time it was a new scenery. Every time it was something new that showed up. So I feel like Amari Cooper will be motivated. He went from a 1-4 team, 1-5 team who's in the bottom of the division to a 4-2 team who's on the top of the division with a much better quarterback, with higher expectations, with a young, like you said, Keon Coleman next to him doing good. So I think that will help. And lastly, with the Jets, I think it will help the Jets too, because you look at Aaron Rodgers. Out of all the receivers that they got right now, who the best receiver? Garrett Wilson, right? But who's looking the best? Allen Lazard. You know why? Because he has a rapport with them. Let me show you, Carl. Him going to Lazard, his passing rate is 120. When he throw it to anybody else, 77. Because they got that rapport, he trusts Lazard more. He don't have that rapport with Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson had a game against the Vikings and a game against the Patriots. Outside of that, Garrett Wilson really had any great games this year. Lazard has been consistent every single game. I think with Devontae Adams coming here with the rapport they have, and he already playing this Sunday. He already said he playing. Hamstring healed that fast.
I was about to say that. Oh my God, how quickly that hamstring healed, man.
Talking about that plane ride, right?
My only pushback to what you said, I agree with mostly what you said. My only pushback is Allen Lazard looking better. I feel like Allen Lazard, even though he had some games where he had some bad drops, he looks good because the focus is Garrett Wilson as opposed to Allen Lazard. So I think he eats off of the Garrett Wilson focus.
That's true too. But I also think Aaron Rodgers trusts Allen Lazard more than Garrett Wilson too.
I don't know about that one.
The rapport is there.
I agree with the rapport. I just don't know if I agree with trust him more.
Okay, I'm with you on that. But we're gonna see a lot more once Devontae show up. Because now the attention not gonna be on Garrett Wilson.
And I'm glad you brought that up too about Cooper, because your boy who said that in the chat is now in the comments.
Yeah, no, he's going crazy in the comments too. Shout out to Kev.
Oh, I mean, it has more left in it. I'm sorry. Sorry, Tomo.
No, go ahead.
I think Adams has more left in the tank. Adams is better than Cooper. Like,
Yeah, he was never.
he's just better than Amari Cooper. Go ahead, Tomo.
I got to side with Carl on this one. I think the Bills are going to be the better of the two teams, and the reason why you said it right then and there, when Amari Cooper leaves a situation and he ends up with a quarterback that's better than the one he was with, that was Derek Carr. but he gets a new fresh scenery, and those first 6 games is going to be magical. Now, one thing I will, and I'm glad Carl left it for me because, I got you, Carl. The Bills said, look, bro, all that wide receiver by committee stuff, we're not about to keep doing this. Like, they watched them 2 games when they went up against the good teams and said, we need somebody that's going to be a go-to target for my guy. He doesn't have to force the ball to Amari Cooper because he's not going to complain about not getting the ball, but he's also going to be like the perfect, number 1 receiver for a guy. And you say Keon Coleman. Ain't that CD cousin?
Yeah.
Okay, so Keon Coleman, that's his cousin. So that's why, I cried a little bit when the Bills got him. But Amari Cooper was also, I know why. But we're not gonna give him too much. They already muddy the waters too much over here. But
speaking of muddying waters,
Amari Cooper kind of helped CD grow into the wide receiver that he is. I mean, outside of the antics on the sideline, I think that was just CD. But teaching them routes and teaching them how to be professionalism on the field and what to look for with certain cornerbacks and defenses, like that helped. And you can go back and find clips of Amari Cooper showing CD like how to get off the line and things like that. So that'll help Keon Coleman. Like, he's going to be the ultimate vet there because he's in a situation where he's happy. Now with this Brown situation, we were screaming free Amari for a while. The Browns made it so easy for him to be a trade target that they said, look, man, we're going to give you half your contract and a signing bonus that way you hit the cap for like $500K. We're gonna find a way to get you out. They did him such a solid. I don't know no other organization that probably would have did something like that. They said we're gonna find a way to get you out of here, and we'll talk about this other guy later on because $500K for Amari Cooper, I'd have did that flat. Like that's anyway. He's gonna add to that. How long is Aaron Rodgers gonna actually be playing for the Jets?
Maybe 2 years.
We're gonna say 2 years on a FanDuel bet, maybe. I'm thinking probably this might be his last one. I don't know. Devontae there, he might get a rejuvenation. Who was their offensive coordinator in Green Bay? Was it Hackett?
Was Aaron Rodgers? Hackett.
I keep calling him.
It was Hackett, right? Was it LaFleur one too, or did he just?
No, LaFleur was the play caller once Nathaniel Hackett left.
Yeah.
Okay, so then there we go. We got that with the OC who just got demoted. So is he gonna get promoted back because now he got his quarterback and his wide receiver? No, they're just going to leave him right with you. Think they're not going to do that? Because now you got Devontae Adams and Allen Lazard, because Allen Lazard was there right before this whole situation fell apart. So now you got 3 former Packers there again and to make plays. I'm with you on that, Joe, where the chemistry is there because that Hail Mary was crazy. I don't think he's throwing that up to Garrett Wilson. And even if he is, I don't think Garrett Wilson been in practice enough where Aaron Rodgers will be like, I know when to go up and go get this because that was perfect. I almost won my fantasy game because of that. So I'm going to edge it out more so to the Bills because they also learn how to run the football. So a good mix of running the football with Josh Allen actually running a little bit, it's going to be good.
I'm glad you said that because how quickly do we forget the Bills ain't got no running backs. They start to go down and look at Ray Davis. What was it, 6th round pick, 5th round pick? By the way, terribly constructed team, by the way. 5th, 6th round pick running back came in and, oh my God, did he look good.
Didn't you bet on him?
I did.
Because it's funny because they get carries to Ty
Johnson actually started, but
yeah,
Ty Johnson.
I was happy for you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was actually happy when he turned up. But so y'all saying I'm speaking to the members of the LJA community. So y'all think it's an indictment on Josh Allen that the GM went to go get Amari Cooper?
No, that's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
but he did that because. Doing what Lamar again. This is what the reason. No. Excuse me. This is the reason why I was going to ask for the clip. When it's not so easy, Lamar makes it look easy to do it by receiver by committee, not having the number 1 guy. It did not look easy in Buffalo for Josh Allen. He did play decent, but when he played better competition, it did not look great. Even last night, it looked good, but it did not look great.
So look, I know we gotta move on to the next topic. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but Didn't the Ravens GM make efforts to get Lamar a guy too?
What, you talking about Deshaun Jackson?
Didn't he drive Bateman
Bryant?
first round
Beckham?
pick? He got hurt, but didn't they drive Bateman first round pick? Didn't they drive J.J. Flowers? Didn't they try to get in Odell Beckham, who was still looking good in the Rams?
Looking good.
When the Rams uniform, they won a Super Bowl.
And how long ago was that? That was like what, a year and a half?
Yeah, after what's the name?
No, it wasn't.
That wasn't. You sure?
That was like a year and a half later. It was a year and a half later. The Rams Super Bowl was 21. We got him the 23 season. That was like a year and a half later.
Yeah, going last year. I'm tripping. Okay. Where was he before that then?
I don't think he was anywhere. I think he was hurt.
Oh, he was hurt. Okay. But my point is, they made efforts to go to help Lamar. It just didn't work out because guys got hurt and stuff like that. And then I don't think something wrong. Like them getting Amari Cooper, it was like a chess move. Their division rival went and got Devontae Adams. So they said, all right, we can get Coop. And it was $40 for $800,000.
But if you like your guys, you don't have to trade for people. You know, if you like the people that's in the vicinity.
But I'm not. Again, I did not say it was an indictment because people might just tune in late. They might be thinking Carl on his FJA ran again. That's not what's going on here. I'm just answering a question that Joe literally asked me. Didn't they just draft the receiver in the first round of Keon Coleman?
Yeah, they did.
And 6 games later, they go and get Amari Cooper.
Yes, because their division rival went and got Devontae Adams.
Didn't they have a chance to re-sign Gabe Davis?
Yeah.
Is Shakir hurt or something?
He had an ankle injury week 5. Week 6 he played, but apparently he was on a snap count.
Yeah, okay. And Jane Cook out, all that too, and they still won.
So your running back go down one game, and you gotta go get a wide receiver?
That ain't why. The division rival went and got Devontae Adams. So they went and got Amari Cooper for $800,000.
You see how the Jets playing?
They got him $800,000.
But do you see how the Jets is playing?
But we not even the water's about to get muddy, Joe, because people going to think we on some slander and stuff, and we all pick the Bills. So
y'all made y'all little comments too. I had to address the comments
because it's true.
No, it's not. That's the theory y'all painting. It's not like they're saying, like, "Oh my God, Josh can't do it. We gonna get Mark."
No, we didn't say that either. But we just talking about if we talking about just the division, I didn't say that. But we talking about the bigger picture, then yes.
Yeah, they can win the division without Amari Cooper.
Say they with Lamar Jackson.
And that's because of didn't you yourself say Lamar Jackson is elevated every year?
But yeah, every year, but he hasn't won. So my thing is they when y'all got Dave Flowers, he was like, hallelujah. Found it.
Hold on.
They got them. I got them receivers.
Isn't that the reason that you have us in the Super Bowl because it's elevated every year? Has Josh Allen elevated every year?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But everybody needs weapons to win. Anybody gonna be a one-man show to win a championship? He not a one-man show no more. He got weapons.
I don't think the Bills had championship expectations this year.
No. You just said they can't win without the big picture.
No.
Which is the championship, right? Without Amari Cooper. And I'm like,
answering your questions, by the way, not in this segment. Answering your questions, okay. I was saying that it's not so fun and not so easy to do it without the weapons. It don't look the same. The first 3 weeks look great. The last 2, besides last night, which is the game they very well could have lost, they ain't look great. It looked good. The last 2 didn't look good at all. Last week looked good. I mean, yesterday looked good. Last 2 weeks, oof.
I'm with you. Tom was over there thinking about something. Go ahead.
No, because you said he elevated every year, and I was like, well,
Lamar did, yeah.
No, you said Josh Allen too.
No, he was talking about Lamar. I asked 2 questions at once.
Okay. I was gonna say because if Josh Allen elevated every year, then the hate is about to start. But let's move to the next. Let's move to the next segment because a lot of frowns got turned upside down after a bye week. You know, this team went into the bye week with a lot of questions about themselves. You know, a lot of questions about play calling and what their head coach is doing. Also, the defensive coordinator. Players were injured. A lot was just being questioned in this team. The media was ready to fire everybody. I don't know why they was ready to do such a thing because a lot of people were coming back off of IR. I mean, technically, if you wouldn't ride an electric bike when you're supposed to actually ride a bike during an actual event, you wouldn't have to worry about your hamstring because it would have been exercising. But that's neither here nor there. They turned the frowns upside down when the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Browns 20-16. Kev asked for his moment, and here you go, Kev. We are going to talk about this game because a lot of people are saying, one, they only remember the Nick Sirianni rant to the fans. Not a lot of people are actually talking about how A.J. Brown dominated that football game. But Carl, were you impressed by the Eagles win over the Browns?
You know,
No.
Carl went first. Last one. Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing, Joe. Do your
Can I
thing.
go first?
Oh,
All right.
my bad.
So look, how are we looking at the Eagles? All right, are we looking at them as like the Browns?
That was a bar.
I like that.
To answer your question, no.
How are we looking at the Eagles? Like the Browns? Then yes, I'm impressed. If we look at them like the Browns, Hurst went a game without a turnover. I'm impressed. All year I haven't seen it. Last clean game was against the Chiefs last year. That's a long time ago. That's a long time ago. Yeah, I'm impressed. Against the blitz, Jalen Hurts was 6 from 12. 50% is not good. My guy 97%. But we're not talking about my guy. 6 from 12. That's not good. But both of his TDs came off the blitz. So yes, I was impressed by that. But come on, y'all. Are we really? Oh yeah, AJ Brown. Yes, fresh off injury, looked like AJ Brown. Devontae Smith looked like Devontae Smith. Most of their passing yards, most of the total yards of the team came through AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. So yes, Dallas Goedert got hurt. He might miss some games, y'all. You know how that team is without Dallas Goedert. That might be an issue right there. But I am not really impressed because we had high expectations for this team. The expectations for this team is to be Super Bowl contenders. It's to be NFC East champs. I believe everybody on this panel, probably you too, Carl, picked the Eagles to win the NFC East this year. And
only because of that stat with y'all division, yes.
Yeah, I know. You really thought the Cowboys could beat that?
I picked the Eagles.
Okay. So it's not just because of the stat. It's because you picked the Eagles.
Well, that too, that went into it. But I thought the Cowboys could be competitive for it. They just, because of that stat, I didn't see the Eagles folded. So
I did too, though, Tomo. I ain't gonna lie. But
I did too. I was on the panel.
We ain't gotta say did. It can still happen. Like you're only 3 and 3.
Say,
4 and 2.
Get it out while you can.
Get out while
you can. It ain't happening. All right.
So now coming from where they come from, they're funk, right? They're blowout with the Buccaneers. I mean, it's a little impressive because they won. You know what I mean? They won. They got their guys back, but the Browns are just terrible, y'all. Now, the Eagles still have a streak going on. They are the only team in the NFL who hasn't scored in the first quarter. That's not good. Sirianni yelling at the fans, he should be yelling in the mirror because that's a coaching issue. Your coach is not having you prepared to get some points, and the Eagles are known for being front runners in the game. That's in the out. You know what I mean? Like they stack points up, and then you got to play from behind, and they burn the clock out. That's Philadelphia's football. But they can't do that because they're not getting early leads. But the streak was broken that day. The Browns went 26 third downs in a row without converting until they played the Eagles. 26 third downs in a row they didn't convert. Think about that. That's a crazy stat. And they finally got one. You know, it was that same drive when my man Deshaun Johnson, he had 11 straight completions against the Eagles. 11 straight. And almost led them to a touchdown and broke another streak because they haven't scored 20 points this year. They almost got 20, but they had back-to-back false starts, knocked them off the 1 yard line, and then it just made a difficult fourth and goal situation. And they should have went for it, but they went for a field goal, which is still a 4-point gap. Never understood that. Like you haven't scored all game. You really think you're gonna kick this field goal and then go score next drive? Come on now. You haven't scored a touchdown all game on the offensive side of the ball. So I am not impressed. Now the Eagles, they had to, against the Giants, they just lost one of their tackles. Thomas is hurt. He might be out for the season. So they have a little bit of advantage right there. The Giants looking poorly against the Bengals. But Jalen Hurts is 1-5 at MetLife, including the Jets, 1-5. He hasn't only won one game there. So they had to have a convincing win. Or not just convincing, just look good against the Giants, and then I will be impressed. But this game right here, no, I'm not impressed.
My man, your boy will find some numbers when it suits a certain situation.
Exactly, right? The only team that ain't scoring in the first quarter. He think that's okay.
I mean, hey, I'm with you. If it was my team, I would be saying the same thing. That's an overrated stat because we won the game. Like, I'm looking at the fact that everything that they were saying while this guy was out, and he came back and made an impact. When Jalen Hurts was going up against the blitz, and he said, "I just need to throw the football up." Who was he throwing it up to? He was like, AJ somewhere, so I'm gonna just throw it up. And that right there was saving them because without AJ Brown, that would have been a sack. And we've seen it for the first 5 games that he was out. I mean, outside of the Packers game, but the other games where AJ was missing and Jalen Hurts was getting blitzed, 3. All right, so the games where Jalen Hurts was getting blitzed, it was like, I don't trust anybody, so I'm gonna just hold on to the ball. Or if Smitty was there, he would try to force it to Smitty, and it would either be a turnover or Smitty would make a great play. Same thing happened in the Saints game when Dallas Goedert made that run. It was like, hey, somebody's there that I trust, and I'm gonna throw the ball to it. The one game where I think they played the Bucs, that was the game where it was just like, all right, something got to give. Because again, what was it, 255 yards to 0, and they had the ball like 4 times, and they had 0 yards. Like something had to give. So I understand where the fans was coming from on that aspect. But I can't come on here today knowing what I said the last time we talked about the preview of this game. I said they need to win this game for their psyche. Even if they win this game by 3 points, they just need to win this game. So as much as I want to clown this team, I got to be honest with myself and say, hey, y'all just needed to win. And that's exactly what you did. Do I think it was an impressive win? No. Do I see that it was balanced? Looking at some of the stats, there was a balance there. He was finding ways to get the ball to Saquon. I mean, this was one of the lowest rushing games for Saquon. But again, when A.J. Brown going off like that, what do you expect? So for me, y'all better be the Giants. That's all I'm going to say. Because y'all can't keep winning games like this. Like, y'all need to start winning. So y'all need some convincing wins in that locker room. And y'all team is too good to keep scraping and clawing wins like this. This happened last year where you all were winning games by the skin of your teeth, and then the water just fell out from the bottom. You have too many extra weapons and added weapons on this team for you all to be finding ways to win when you really should be blowing this team out. That's all I'm saying.
Can I say something before you go, Carl?
Do your thing.
Can you put our last comment up, please, Tomo?
Oh, he went in.
Kevo said, I mean, in 2022, we scored 90% of our scores came in the second quarter. That first quarter stats overrated. In 2022, the Eagles were 3rd in first quarter scoring and 12th in second quarter scoring. And guess who was 3rd in second quarter scoring? The Washington Commanders.
That go back to what you said in the chat, right?
Exactly. Y'all look just like the Commanders. Y'all look just like the old Commanders. That's what I've been trying to tell you. But go ahead, Carl.
Hey, that's funny. So I answer this question flat out. No, it was not impressive.
Work.
It was not an impressive win at all. First of all, when you go into a game like this and you come out saying a win is a win, clearly not impressive. I'm not going to say the words that were said in the chat about this game because I don't know if YouTube guidelines, but somebody thought this game was going to be a blowout. The Browns have yet to score 20 points in the game all year, and somehow this was a 4-point win for the Eagles. And now, like Joe said, expectation for the Eagles, you said win a division. No. I heard certain Phillies fans say this is Super Bowl or bust for the Eagles. A 4-point win against the Browns, who are now currently 1-5, that's not looking good for Super Bowl or bust. You had all your guys back. A lot of the excuses were A.J. Brown is hurt. Devontae Smith was hurt. Well, they were there. And you put up 20 points, and you won by the skin of your teeth, like everybody is saying. The Browns, like you said, why would you kick that? Why would you kick the ball? You're not getting the ball, and you're not scoring.
No.
But honestly speaking, you're in a close ball game with a team who did not score an offensive touchdown. Their only touchdown came off of a field goal block. They said Rodney McLeod, I believe, is leading the Browns in touchdowns. Who is a safety? And I believe he like 40. I'm exaggerating, but still.
He came from the Eagles, so that makes sense.
So, I know it's not an impressive win. It's not an impressive win when Saquon has 18 carries for 47 yards. By the way, only reason why Saquon's behind Derrick Henry because of one game. Well, this one game ain't help your case. Jalen Hurts, 14 carries, 33 yards. Jalen Hurts, he had a pretty decent game, 264, 2 touchdowns. One to AJ, one to Devontae. Devontae and AJ, like everybody said, was majority of the offense. Grant had 60-something yards. But no, this game was not impressive at all. If you walk away from this game thinking we're still a championship team or this is a great win, you're just fooling yourself.
He lied. I couldn't find the sound effect fast enough. But no. And then who they got the next 2 opponents, like you said, they have the Giants and MetLife, and then they have the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Cincinnati Bengals is reeling. I'm gonna say it right now. Kayvon Thibodeau is out. The right, I think he's the right tackle or left tackle. Thomas is, he's out. They should have a field day with the Giants because this is a personal game for Saquon. So I think Saquon should go for at least like 1 something. Now the Bengals game, that's when we might get back down to the reality of what's going on here, because that's another bad team with a lot of good weapons. So we'll see what happens there. But after that, you got Jacksonville and the Cowboys, man. Like the sky's the limit for you guys.
That's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what Mike Tomlin told Russ. I don't know why he keeps doing this to Russ. Why you keep doing this? You got
God.
Russ getting the starting reps, and then he out here saying like, "Well, Justin Fields, you did your thing." Also, I find it funny that Najee Harris has his best day when B-Rob is out. I don't know if they trading powers or something, Joe, but that's just for Mark. Like the one game B-Rob out, Najee go crazy, and then when B-Rob come back, Najee look like me out there. But the streets are saying let Russ cook. Is it? Oh man, I would say, is it still a mistake if they start Russ? I might as well just go with that. I mean, y'all could read the question correctly, but I just went on the fly. I am tired. All right. What's the Steelers record right now? They're 4-2.
4-2.
Worst game that Justin Fields has had as far as like his progression, I'm gonna say, is the Cowboys game, because they should have won that game. And most people are saying if they had a competent quarterback, these are what the streets are saying. If they had a competent quarterback, they would have won that game. Me, I really just think that if it wasn't raining and they were to rain the ball some more, they would have won that game. If the other pass rusher, I can't pronounce his last name correctly. If you watch in the red corner, Harbrick. There we go. Nate
Harbrick.
Yeah,
Nate did, I think.
If Bro didn't go down, I think they win that game. To keep playing the fence like this with these two quarterbacks, is Russ actually healthy? Is he fully healthy? Is he healthy enough? Like not like 80%, like is he 99.5% good to go out there? Because I see what they're doing. I think they're trying to give at least 2 good games from George Pickens so they can trade him before the deadline. So they're trying to find another quarterback who's going to throw the ball down the field. So they can be like, all right, are we going to get a 6th or a 7th round for him? Because at the rate he's been acting, that's the only thing y'all going to get. But if he actually produces, then you could probably get between maybe a 5th and a 3rd, depending upon who picks up the phone. And that's the only reason I really think they starting Russ at this moment, because the morale with the team is with Fields. Like, Fields is a confidence type of guy. You go out there and you put Russ out there and he have a bad game. Meanwhile, Fields ain't hurt. How you think he's going to feel when he get back in there? Is he going to turn up? Maybe, maybe not. But for me, I think it's a mistake at this moment. If Russ is not 100% healthy and you fully don't believe that he's going to be a starter for the rest of the year, you might as well just keep playing Fields. Carl?
All right, so is it a mistake if they start Russ? I think so. I don't think the problem with the Steelers is Justin Fields. I think the problem with the Steelers is Arthur Smith, the play calling. I even asked Javon Sunday, bro, what is going on? Y'all brought Arthur Smith in to establish the run, and he just sits there and drops back Fields so many times and don't even give teams the threat of the run. I think Najee Harris had like 4 carries with like 5 minutes left in the second quarter or something like that. And he was averaging 6 yards a carry. He had 4 for 24. That's not Steelers football. So, again, my issue isn't Fields. Fields, is he's been worldly? No. But he's been a serviceable, I would even say solid starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Glad you said it, Tomo. Against the Cowboys, I feel like they should have ran the ball more. They tried to throw the ball all over Dallas. Dallas' weakness is stopping the run. Why are we not running Najee? So I think the Steelers issue goes beyond the quarterback. They need to get back to Steelers football, which I'm happy they're not doing as a Ravens fan. But to be unbiased, they're not playing Steelers football on the offensive side of the ball, and that's the issue.
So if he starts this week, I think it'll be a mistake. But Fields hasn't been playing well, y'all. Against the y'all talking about Cowboys, he didn't play good. Even yesterday, Sunday, I don't think he played that good. The score is a different. You watch that game. Yeah, he had 2 rushing touchdowns, but throwing the ball, he wasn't good. It was 1 possession. He had 3 straight bad throws, and then they got off the field. I mean, like, we're talking about guys were wide open. So I do think if Justin Fields play against the Jets this weekend, I think prime time, either Thursday. Is this week?
No, it's Sunday. Thursday, the Broncos and Saints.
All right, Sunday night. Oh, the Broncos Thursday? Okay. So Sunday night, they play the Jets. And if Fields look like he has the last 2 games, I think I wouldn't be upset if he put Russell Wilson in the game because he feels like that there's another level they can get to offensively with Russell Wilson. Because Justin Fields, although Javon was right, he was growing, and then once he played the Cowboys, he went down, and I feel like he didn't grow from that last game, you know. And I'm with you too, Carl, because Najee Harris had a really good start, and they went away from that. What I did like about them more, though, they use Justin Fields more as a runner these last couple of games. I feel like they're doing a good job of that. But I wouldn't be upset if this Sunday, yes, but the next week I wouldn't be upset if they start Russell Wilson. But their offensive line is terrible too.
I mean, he used to that, coming from Chicago.
Oh my goodness! It was one play when the offensive lineman was lost. Y'all saw that play?
Oh, was it Broderick Jones? I think. Tackle? Yeah, I think I saw it.
Yeah.
So the Steelers' next two opponents is the Jets and the Giants. Well,
And
next
then-
three opponents,
Uh-huh.
Jets, Giants, Commanders. Well, next four opponents. Well, since we got the chats, let's just go crazy. They got Jets, Giants, Commanders, Ravens, Browns.
Oh, they got the whole chat lined up. It's Jets and the whole chat.
Yeah.
Except for the Jets.
No, he
it's
said
the Jets, then the Chats.
Oh, okay, got you.
Who after the Browns?
Bengals, and then the
Okay.
Browns again, then the Eagles, then the Ravens.
Dang.
They for sure got chat. Yep.
They not gonna have a day off, huh?
Y'all gonna be on the show all these consistently.
Man, that Ravens one gonna be funny.
Better
know,
have
right?
RBO written up early.
Man. I mean, well, if he was a Wizards fan, he could be done in like 30 minutes. But
30 seconds. Sorry, name. My team needed to, bro. I know. I had to take a shot at somebody.
I'm about to say, did you see the Shaq in the food moment? I would say 15 seconds. I seen TikToks longer than what this
Carl, I was
segment gonna
about to
be
say
about.
the same thing. 30 seconds.
I can't wait to be on
30 is a
RBO.
long time, bro.
Hey,
I'm
RBO
like,
gonna be funny. Me and Tomo gonna be on RBO together, just killing our team.
gonna be the
Tomo more than
easiest
me.
episode.
Tomo
no.
more than me.
Yeah, but I say you a little higher, right?
Yeah, Tomo more than me, but yeah.
Oh gosh, hey, look. Let's talk about my other team.
Dang. One team to the other.
What Mike Thomas say? We do not care. Well, Joe, I know you got a clip because this clip has been circulating all day. It's been about 10 minutes. Actually, the best part of the clip to me was probably about, I think, with like 2 minutes in is when they actually started asking the questions that people wanted to hear. And if you are from the Dallas area or if you are a Cowboy fan, then you already know that 105.3, I think it's 105.3 The Fan, is a local station for the Cowboys. And they normally don't ask Jerry stuff like this, but when they do, they get a nice sound bite. So, Joe, go ahead and play that sound bite.
Let's get it.
Job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
y'all get
why.
a job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
So they go to the meeting. What's that going to change? Because it seemed like it seemed like the other teams went to that meeting and they made 2 trades happen. That's all I'm saying. But we reacting to Jerry threatening the local radio host. I mean, where do I start with this guy? I mean, this when I first heard it, right? Let me start there. When I first heard it, I was like, is he threatening the dude's job, or is he saying that he gonna start talking to another radio station? And then I said, wait. This is Jerry's segment. Of course he's trying to fire the guy because this is his moment. He calls every day around this time and has an interview with the radio station. Steven does one too. So this is what they had. The last time these guys got into it with him, I think that's where the you need to get your damn act together soundbite came from, because they was asking Jerry basically the same thing. Are you not understanding that you all are starting to ask this guy the same questions over and over? Why has he not done nothing to get the team better? Why does he keep believing? He keeps telling us that he believes in these guys when the product on the field doesn't match up to what your belief is. And Joe, you said this yesterday, and I thought about it, and that's when I threw out the comment where I was like, he needs to reevaluate the mental toughness of his players. And what I meant by that is Joe, you also said this a long time ago, is Jerry's one of those GM/owners who's going to step into the forefront of everything. He's always going to be the guy to be like, well, my team wants to go to the Super Bowl. My team wants to do this. And even when they lose, he's still the first person in the locker room. Like, you don't find him going on Facebook making posts about the games. He's actually there. You know, he's still in the locker room and still doing these interviews, right? But again, does he have the players that's going to support his message? Because he's always talking about how good the team is and how good he believes in his guys. And if you got somebody that's saying they believe in you this much, and then every week or every time it's a big game, you go out there and lose, then next time somebody asks me on the radio, I might have this type of answer where it's like, well, you telling me I'm doing something wrong. Well, technically, you all were on here for 4 months and you told me to pay Dak Prescott, make him the highest paid quarterback, right? I made him the highest paid quarterback. Yes, I did take too long. Now, there's some things where I'm gonna get on the flip side of everything, but yeah, I took too long to pay the quarterback. But wasn't he an All-Pro last year? Wasn't he like, didn't we have the best home record last year with a bunch of guys? I mean, the roster's really not too much different from what it is as far as the star players. The only person that came back is Trayvon, because Trayvon was missing after like week 3. So you told me that CeeDee Lamb was talked about as being one of the best wide receivers. Didn't he lead the league in targets and receptions? I paid him, right? Y'all said I need to pay these guys. These are the 2 guys, right? Boom. We got one of the most talked about defensive players in the league. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Most talked about. What's going on? I still got D-Law here. The only thing that's changed is the defensive coordinator. Yeah, I brought Zim in. Zim told everybody the day before, after his press conference, we're actually going to be stern in our alignments and our assignments. I still see undisciplined football. So again, I did almost everything that you all asked me for as far as going all in. I paid my players. Took a little while. Why they can't perform? Why you asking me? That's where I thought about when I first heard the clip. Then after I went and drank some coffee and sat down and thought about it, I said, well, it's still your fault because you can't accept the blame for what you did, because you got a running back out there because you know you needed a running back. You went and got Zeke, but you had one of the best running backs who's still showing that he's the best running back in the league. I mean, look what he's doing out here. He's game-winning drives. Derrick Henry, you could have got him for almost $6 million, but you were being cheap. Your team has not stopped the run since I can't think of, I don't know the actual date. I wanted to write the date down. I should have. From that Rams playoff game, they have not been able to stop the run since that day. The last defensive tackle that you brought in here to try to stop the run was Dontario Poe, and that failed miserably. So you still haven't done anything to address your defensive line. I mean, Dan Quinn went out and got Michael Parsons, but he was a linebacker. He's not a defensive tackle. You need to go get a defensive tackle. All the areas in which this team has failed you for years, you have not found ways to improve it. And I know a lot of people won't get their jokes off and say it's the quarterback. Go ahead, get your jokes off and say the quarterback is one of those. But again, you clearly know the weaknesses and deficiencies of your quarterback. But as a good GM, like most GMs do, if my quarterback is failing somewhere, I want to go get him some help there. We just talked about Josh Allen's situation. Again, it's not Josh Allen being a bad quarterback, but it's like, hey, if my quarterback needs more weapons, how about I go get him more weapons? Tua, look what the Dolphins did. They said, well, we want to pay Tua, but do we know if we really want to pay Tua? And he definitely did. He definitely is. But and he got employees like the Chum Bucket because only one person worked there. But they went and got Tyreek Hill and added more weapons to that offense. You want to talk about another quarterback? Let's go Jalen Hurts. The Eagles, Howie said, before we pay him, let's bring in A.J. Brown. Let's see how he does with all these weapons around. And where did they go? They went to the Super Bowl. They lost, but they went to the Super Bowl, paid them. Most people are saying, I can get my jokes off on that one, but they paid them. So again, what did the Cowboys do when they paid Dak Prescott? They traded Amari Cooper. They said, we got CeeDee Lamb. They said, you know what? Zeke is on his last leg. They traded Zeke away. They said, all right, so make it work with nothing. You want to get paid? I mean, they let him go. Yeah, you're right. They let him go. They should have traded him 2 years before that. But again, here we go again. They dealing with the same old scenarios. Can't stop the run. Defense is undisciplined. Offensive line, we already knew that it was rebuilding because you went out and got 2 rookies. For a GM and a staff that knows how to draft and find hidden gems as far as free agents, you have to get at least 1 or 2 free agents to build upon top of that, because you are not a team that can just do an actual rebuild. You are not the GM that's going to allow your team to do a rebuild because it's not going to get talked about in the media. So if you're not going to do that, how about you add the pieces that you need? And then if you go out and sign all these people for $2-3 million and they fail, then you go back on the radio and get your high moment. But right now, everybody's laughing at you because you can't just admit that you messed up. Almost cussed. And to answer the question, I ain't even answer the question. And to answer the question, that's a low blow, bro. Like, we all know that you are at the top of the food chain when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys in the media. So for you to even threaten the guy, he like had a nervous laugh, like, haha, here go Jerry again. That's why we never ask him the serious questions. But again, this is why he needs somebody to ask him these questions because nobody challenges him.
Mm-hmm. Oh. You might go, Carl?
Go ahead, do your thing. I was about to tell you, go ahead.
All right. So look, you made a good point, Tomo, how he always praises his guys, but do he have the guys that's going to ride for him, right? So there's an old saying, right? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you a better one. It's better to have a baby than to raise a dead. You need new life. You need new life in your organization. That's what the Cowboys don't have, new life. You kind of went there. The Eagles, I'm going to take it a step further. They go to the Super Bowl. They have a slump last year. What they do? Go get Saquon Barkley. The 49ers go to the Super Bowl. Next year, they start slow. What they do? Get C-Mac. The Ravens go to the AFC Championship game. They didn't run the ball enough. What they go do? Get Derrick Henry. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs offense was like flubber last year. What they do? Sign Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy. New life, new blood, like new excitement about the team. Where was there new excitement about the Cowboys this year? There wasn't.
They brought Zeke back.
Huh?
They brought Zeke back.
For real, that probably was the new excitement. But you brought one of the old dogs back to the yard and try to see some new tricks. It's not happening. You raising the dead. Go have a baby. When you have a family, anybody have a new baby, their family's excited. Grandma excited, grandpa excited, uncles, aunts excited. Everybody excited to see the new baby. So that's what the Cowboys are missing. Now, the interviewer, shout out to them. I'm going to say shout out to them, all right, for being bold enough to ask these questions. One question he asked was, if the execution becomes a problem to the extent of the Saints and Detroit games, why are those players still right the right ones for the team? And Jerry said, first of all, where are you going? He said, where are you going to get players before the San Francisco game? And funny enough, Devontae Adams goes to the Jets, and then Amari Cooper goes to the Dagon Bills. like right on cue. Thank you, Jerry. Right on time. Right? And then he said, we made our quarterback the highest paid player, and we climbed the receiver charts, so we know basically where we want to put our bread and butter in, basically, right? And it's like, dog, but you signed them so late. You could have signed CD earlier. You could have signed Dak earlier. You could have had more money. And Swagoo on ESPN always says, I talked to Derrick Henry personally. And I said, come to Dallas. He said, bro, I'm waiting for Jerry. And Jerry didn't even call the man. And now he's a leading rusher, about to break his best season, but have his best season in his career right now with the Ravens. Crazy. Another question.
My best season with the Ravens.
Another question. Dude's like, I can counter that, and you know about the talks of the all season. And Jerry said, you don't have a counter because I'm not arguing with you, basically, all right? We are not about to talk about what I did wrong last month, 2 months, 3 years, 4 years ago. He said, I'm focused on the 49ers. That's Jerry's problem. He don't want to take no responsibility with things that matter of fact, he came out and said, put the blame on me. Put the blame on me. Put the blame on me. But now we trying to put the blame on you, and now you're not sending. All you have to do is say, you know what? I was wrong. I should have did that. But instead, you sit down with Stephen A. Smith and give all these excuses why you didn't get Derrick Henry, all these excuses why you signed Dak late, and now you're saying, can't nobody do it like me. That's his problem. I always tell you, Tomo, he's a great, great owner. He not bring money to the organization. He not keep y'all in the media. But I'm starting to look, and I used to praise him for doing what he doing, putting the pressure on y'all, doing the talks. So now I'm looking like, yo, this ain't working. You gotta take a step back because all these championship teams across the sports, the owners take a back seat. They're not in the limelight. They all take a back seat, right? And the last thing I want to say is this. When he told the dude, it's not your job to ask these questions, basically, that's a lie.
That one.
That's a lie. That is his job. His job is to ask these questions. And that's my issue because Jerry has power, and I feel like he literally like slapped him in his face with his power. Like he tried to like son him. Like he tried to like base him. You from the DMV. He tried to like you're beneath me. I can control where you work at. You don't have to be in no more if I don't want you to. And I don't like that. And honestly, I think Jerry really don't mean that. I think he's really just frustrated. He's backed into a corner and he's panicking. And that's what's going on right now. So I feel like that interview, like I said in the chat, that interview tells the story of where y'all at right now, the franchise. If I'm a Cowboy fan, I'm signing up the boycott. We are not going to the playpen. We watching from home. Go ahead, Carl.
All right, so y'all know that one guy who he might have some success. He might be on the way to doing something, and he got that one friend who, no matter what, he's gonna try to keep it real with him. And dude head gets so big to where now he kind of like don't want to mess with that friend because he's not gonna tell him what he want to hear. He's gonna tell him what he need to hear. That's what this sounded like. It sounded like, all right, I asked the question, very valid question, by the way, and I'm going to just get offended, not take no accountability, and threaten your job, threaten you being here, doing whatever you got from this job, whether it's a good house, whatever it is. I don't know what Brad has due to this job, but whatever your livelihood is due to this job, I'm going to threaten that so you can make these more favorable for me. That's just so wrong on so many levels to do. Like you said, it's abuse of power. But I do want to talk about something you said, Joe. You talk about these championships and everything. I'm glad you brought them up because, Jerry, I Googled all this while we was doing the segment. Jerry took over the Cowboys in 89.
Uh-oh.
He has 3 Super Bowls off a team that Jimmy Johnson has built. The reason why Jimmy Johnson was let go was because Jerry Jones wanted more control over the Cowboys and Jimmy Johnson didn't want to relinquish it, so they mutually agreed to part ways. Cowboys haven't been much since those Jimmy Johnson-led teams. They got one ring built on the back of Jimmy Johnson, but when it was Jerry Jones to have that control he wanted so desperately, he has yet to build a Super Bowl winner, a Super Bowl appearance, an NFC Championship appearance.
They got 2.
No, they got 2 at Jimmy.
Oh, you saying they won off the because you said off the back of him. I'm thinking, oh, you saying okay, I got you. I got you. The Barry Switzer one. Yeah, the Barry Switzer.
They got 3.
Same squad, same core.
They got 3. They got 3 off of what Jimmy Johnson built for the Cowboys. Other than that, Jerry Jones has done nothing but what Joe said, bring them money. When it comes to the football, the product of the field, winning, they're a consistent regular season winning team, but that's not what the Cowboys nation want or are built off of. They're built off championships. He's not done his job in doing that, and he's frustrated, but you should be frustrated at no one but yourself. You got what you wanted. You got the control, and you're not good at that. You need to relinquish it and let other people do what they're good at. You want to talk about jobs, you need to relinquish and give somebody that job. Obviously, you want to take shots at them saying, if y'all know what's wrong with the team, y'all can come to me because y'all geniuses. Well, they might be smarter than you when it comes to putting a competitive team together. Like, I don't like the fact that he did that. It just screams arrogance. It's just like, come on, there was no point of you taking that shot. Like, why would you do that? They're just doing their job, asking you the question for the fans. You could have just gave them the real answer. We didn't really do much in the offseason. Yeah, we signed Eric Kendricks, but we didn't do much to address most of these things in the offseason. We just re-signed our guys and tried to run it back for the most part, and it's not working so far. And that's on me. I should have been more aggressive in free agency. I should have actually got the guy who wanted to be here at running back. Derrick Henry said, Dallas is where I wanted to go, but Baltimore is where I needed to go. Derrick Henry has come out multiple times and said he wanted to go to Dallas. You never made the call. And what you do? Lie and say you ain't had the money. Lie and say we tried, but we ain't had the money. That's what you did. I'm going to keep it short, but yeah, it was real. It just was disgusting in my opinion. It was nasty to threaten the guy for asking a very valid question.
No, that's a fact. Honestly, I'm mad that it was we would never know what they talk about in their personal quarters, but the fact that he asked it, I'm wondering who asking Jerry when they sitting down and just having brews. Like, bro, like, what is this? Like, what is this? Because I'm sorry. I mean, we all are somebody's son. We all having moments where we sit down with our parents and it's something that they said they was 100% right about. And we be like, I mean, well, you see, like, I'm just saying, you said that. You said bring Zeke back. Like, he can't even get on the field, Pops. I'm just saying. Like, I would have went and got Devin Singletary. I'm just saying, but you wanted Zeke, so now look at Zeke. But I just want to address two things. Joe, you said about the boycotting, and I don't know if you heard my my voice memo when I replied to you on that one. Remember yesterday when I told you that the Cowboys is where Jerry's bread and butter is at this point in his life, right? So even if the Cowboy fans do not show up to the games, which attendance has been low at almost all the off-season stuff. I know you all seen the training camp videos, and even the practices are like they saying the crowd's not as big as they used to be. So fans are starting to retract, like, look, bro, we're not gonna keep wasting our lives with this, right? He still makes money off the stadium. So there's concerts, events. So he still can get money off of that. NCAA tournaments, everything, you know, football, basketball, they play games in Jerry's world. High school teams play at the practice facility. So he's going to still get his money somehow, some way. And fans from other teams, what better way to laugh at the Cowboys than to go pay for the tickets that the fans not paying for? I'm a 49ers fan. I want to go laugh at Dak in his house. I'm going to pay for the ticket because they probably selling it for dirt cheap.
That's fine, though. It's not really about them taking money from them. It's about just like we're not backing you right now. The fans not behind you.
Also, the part that kills it too is the 3-letter and the 4-letter networks. Like this Cowboys team has to be bad for years. Because other than that, look what happened when they lost. They're still talking about it till this day. If it wasn't for the radio situation, they would have still been talking about that Lions game. Like it's constant revenue for them. So it's going to be tough as a fan to be like, all right, I'm done with it, because you're never going to see the change maybe till he literally just walks away from it, which is not going to happen because it's a family-owned business. But that's the one thing I want to address. The second part I want to address before we get out of here, because we got Unfazed at 9 coming up, AJ and JJ, the Jimmy Johnson years. Another story to that is after they won the Super Bowl, I think they said somebody was at a bar or something with Jerry, and an interviewer asked him, was like, so how you feel about all the success that Jimmy Johnson has brought you? And that's what ticked him off, because he like, I put this team together. No, Jimmy did all that. He wants it to be his way. So,
dog, you praise. Look, the great leaders praise their guys. That's what you do. Who cares about who get the credit? Just write me the check. So, like, who cares who get the credit? Like when like for example, like with R2L, Dave gets the credit for resembling me and Tomo and Dave. Like, I'm not gonna see him like, nah, it was me. Like they get all the credit for that. He the one that said bring Tomo on board. You know what I mean? You know, like I don't get credit for Carl. Carl told me before that he wanted to do stuff like this. I'm not gonna take the credit for what Carl does. You know, Carl does what he does. He gets all the credit. So when people try to make it seem like it's because of me, it was for me, I can't stand that. Like nobody wants to follow nobody like that either, because everybody wants to feel appreciated. So Jimmy Johnson, just give him his flowers. Yeah, Jimmy's a guy. Jimmy's a guy. And what Patrick Mahomes does every Super Bowl, as long as Big Red is here, we're gonna be winning. He don't take credit. He give all the praise to Andy Reid. So come on, man. Like, sorry, Tomo.
Nah,
like that's a little bit. Long as he our owner, not owner. Long as he our GM, he could be a great owner, great owner. But long as he your GM, Tomo, just like how I was with my Dave Snyder be my owner, that's how I want to be with Jerry Jones, your GM. I know it's not gonna get. You're not gonna get there because he's not it.
Yeah, he spited his nose to save his face, and I'm pretty sure he regrets it.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah, now. I don't think he really meant that for real. No. I think he was in his feelings, bro.
No. And that's why a little bit of me was like, bro, Dak need to leave. Like, I don't know why he stayed, because at the end of the day, when it all goes wrong and Jerry does all these rants and Cowboys lose, who's the one person standing up there saying, we got to be better? I got to be better. The quarterback. Don't nobody else do that. It's just the quarterback. Man, and granted, that last game, he earned that one. But for the most part, when this team is getting dogged, he the one that takes the brunt of everything.
I gotta see CD interviews, man. Did he get interviewed at the Lions game?
Yeah, they all do post game.
I got it.
And they all say, I'm gonna save you 15 minutes, Joe. They all do this. We gotta take a look in the mirror. We got a bye week. We gotta execute better. The only person that stands up there and actually takes accountability for when this team loses is Dak.
Dak does every time. He does.
Not Josh Allen, Dak.
All right.
No.
I'm about to say, because we trying to get out of here, you about to start something.
No.
Nah,
All
Josh
right,
Allen
man.
take accountability. That's Zach Wilson. Was it Zach Wilson? Or was it Sam Darnold?
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson for sure.
Babyface Zach Wilson. All right. Last words. My last words. Shout out to the whole R2 network. Shout out to the R2 family. Shout out to Carl and Tomo for being on the show. Shout out to my boy Dave. And look, man, Commanders. We took an L to the Ravens. We're 4-2. That's fine. Cool. Perfect. Got the Panthers next week. What a great follow-up game after that game. So it's going to beat the Panthers. And then after that, I think we got the Bears. And they flexed it to 4-15. So we are prime time, 4-25. We're prime time that game. Pretty sure they flexed the Cowboys out. The 49ers and Cowboys. You know, are y'all prime time too?
What?
Prime
The
time
follow-up?
gotta be.
It's still his Jets.
No, you talking about next week. We got to this.
Oh,
Y'all gotta be prime time. That's probably why we got
look.
flexed to 425.
Don't put it on. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
y'all
I-
always prime time 49ers, bro. You know that. Y'all always prime time with them. Yeah, first I got bye week too.
Sunday
So-
night. Oh, hold on. I'm on week 7. My bad.
So we got the Bears.
Sunday night.
Sunday
Steelers,
night. There you
Cowboys.
go.
I mean, Cowboys 49ers.
Cowboys 49ers. We got shot for the Chicago Bears battle with the first, second overall pick. Last year, Bryce Young beat CJ Stroud. Don't forget that, y'all. He beat CJ Stroud last year. So, Jaden, come on, bro.
You talking about because number 2 be number 1?
No, number 1 be number 2.
And one be number 2. Yeah, Bryce Young beat CJ Stroud.
Bryce
Oh yeah,
Young-
that was the only game he won. Yeah.
yeah. No, he won another one. He
No,
beat
so I don't
he
think
had
that
a
was the
division
only
win.
one he won.
He had a division win too. He beat
The
like
Falcons.
the Saints. Falcons, okay. So, but yeah, so Jaden Daniels, keep doing your thing, bro. They kept you in the pocket against the Ravens, and you look like a legit quarterback, throwing accurate throws. Like people thought you were a system quarterback for a while. Oh, it's Cliff Kingsbury's system. Nuh-uh. Not against the Ravens. That was that pocket. But yeah, so I'm excited about where this network is going. That's it.
Is it on me?
Yes, sir.
All right, my final words. I'm gonna try to keep it short. As
Okay.
always, appreciate y'all for having me on the
Oh
show.
yeah, my bad. I'll be on CTC Friday. Let's go, Texas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. CTC Friday night. Joe is on. Anthony, where you at? Texas, Georgia. This Friday night. We standalone show.
No, we don't know.
Also, I kind of mad y'all made me look at week 8 primetime game because Monday night is Steelers Giants. Nobody wants to watch that. That's just an
I
ugly
think it's
Monday
Giants against the
night
AFC North on
game.
prime time. What the heck?
But that's still an ugly game.
Wait. Who at home?
I
the
want to
Giants
say
at
it's the Giants. I got it right here. The Steelers.
Okay,
Why
so
are
then
Giants playing all these Monday night games? What's going
New
on?
York. New York. It's just because of New York. It's nasty.
Bro?
Roger need to do something about this. But MSU got Iowa 7:30 tonight. Saturday night, excuse me. Looking for revenge. Got to get that W. Tigers again. Shout out to a great season. Lost in the ALDS, but a great season nonetheless. Pistons basketball. We almost here. Y'all got me for a week, and then college starts. So you got me for a week, Detroit. And let's go Ravens. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Monday night. I look forward to a good game and good banter with my boy Trent.
Man, Carl got all this hope for 1 week of basketball.
They got
No, they
Pistons.
got me for a week. I'm gonna track it, but they got me for a week watching.
The Pistons come in 1 week. 1 week though.
Yeah.
I know I'm here for a good time, not a long time, man.
Well, that's why you got hype.
College basketball is literally every day, bro.
Nah, you right about that. At least, yeah. I'm about to, like I said, I need to find me an actual college team and lock in. Because my Terp rivalry,
Maryland not bad. They just suck against us.
my Terp rivalry is with you. That's it. Outside of that, I don't be.
It's really Worm's fault, by the way, too. But
It is, and then you know what? That's my last words. That's my last word. I'm in another rivalry for no reason, and I'm fighting a battle, and my man not even here to help. I done took on like 6 rivalries, and nobody's here to help. That's crazy. But shout out to Blaze because he finally understand my pain from last week where he was the only one fighting back. I'm telling you, bro. It get ugly.
You understand Dave pain with the Hurricanes and Calf and Ty.
Kids don't even watch.
See, nah. See, Carl not as bad as Ty. Ty gonna find a way to just be like Hurricane suck.
He's doing it this year though. I'll tell you that.
I was just about to say the Hurricanes this year, they both undefeated.
Yeah, they balling. But my last words is more so shout out to everybody on the network, and I'm with you, Joe. Like I see big things for the network because every episode and every show is finding their niche, and I see new people actually joining and in the comments for all the episodes too. And Carl, I want to give you one little insight. I said it off air, but I'll say it on air, and I don't know if RD990 is still here. That was Ricky. He told me one time we was on the phone. He said he watching CTC before he go places his bets because of how detailed and informal you are. I mean, informal you are with your analysis.
Appreciate it.
I wanted to give you
Yeah,
your flowers on air.
I mean, he must have hit last week because I went crazy.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe when people lose, they want to give everybody their flowers. They say, "Carl, help me win like 2-3 bets." When they win big, they don't want to call nobody. They want to tell me in my background. I ain't gonna say too much. So yeah, and Cowboy fans, man, look, Dak said it week 2 or 3. He's like, man, jump off if you want. I think about now it's time to jump, man. Go ahead, jump if y'all want to, man. Like, make my life a little bit easier, so we don't got to talk about this stuff.
You got the 49ers next, though. So
watch them mess around and win that game, Joe.
I guess when Dave's first time back, oh yeah.
Watch them mess around and win that game.
That'd be crazy.
I love it for chaos.
I told y'all on Friday when we did the Ravens members only.
Oh, Jerry gonna be back on his high horse.
Man, I said, watch y'all win. I said, watch y'all lose the 1 o'clock game, and the Cowboys see that y'all lost, and we got a chance to be number 1 and say, watch this, hold my bid. They did more than hold my bid. They bought shots for the whole club. Let's get out of here, man.
All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all Thursday at the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.